real high and stuff. So I enjoy that. But the only thing that I don't like about this car right now is the exhaust. So today I'm going out to visit a local exhaust shop who's going to replace my resonator with an H pipe. It's pretty popular to go with an X pipe in especially the European cars like this, because you can gain a little bit of extra top end horsepower with an X pipe. But the H pipe will give it kind of that old school hot rod, the real lumpy, kind of aggressive sounding exhaust, a little bit deeper, and it's supposed to give it a little bit more of a rough idle. So I kind of like that old school hot rod V8 sound. So talking to the guys at the shop there, they said, yeah, an H pipe or an X pipe will have about the same, very, very close, maybe 1 to 2 horsepower difference on the horsepower gain. But going with that H pipe is supposed to give it a little bit deeper, more aggressive sound. We're leaving the stock mufflers. The mufflers have got a cool vent in them that can be controlled with actually with a smartphone. So I'm running an OBD2 MX Plus Bluetooth dongle. You just plug that in, sync up to it, and I've got that connected to Bimmer Link and Bimmer Code. And so with Bimmer Link, you can actually, select whether to have the exhaust flaps open or closed, or just set to be automatic. By default, BMW's got it set to where the flaps are closed at idle, and then when you give it a lot of gas, it'll open up the flaps. But I'd like to have a little bit more aggressive all the time, so I'll probably leave that with the exhaust flaps open. And I think with replacing that resonator with an H pipe, I think it's going to give it a good aggressive sound. So right now, here's what it sounds like. It's about 2,500, then 4,000. So you can tell it's definitely not very aggressive sounding right now. I'm excited to see what it sounds like this afternoon when I get it back. Okay, now here's the sound with it just idling. This is before doing anything to the exhaust. I'll go around to the back. I don't have anybody to rev up the motor, but as you can hear, we're pretty close right here, and it is not very exciting sounding. We'll try it here after we get the exhaust done. Alright, so I think we're going to leave the mufflers the same. It's got a valved muffler setup on it. And we're going to replace this resonator with an H pipe to give a little bit better sound. Alright, so after talking to the owner of the shop here, there are actually 3 resonators on the BMW 550i. So there's the big one here, and then there's also 2 up towards the front. And so, talking to him here, we're going to actually remove all 3 resonators, go straight pipe, just remove those 2 straight pipe back, and put an H pipe somewhere in the middle here, and then this will be removed as well. So basically we're replacing 3 resonators with 1 H pipe. That should give it a lot more aggressive sound, so not be too loud, but give it a lot healthier sound when we take off. So looking forward to see how this turns out. Alright, so they just got the exhaust done here. Turned out absolutely beautiful. It's got removed those big curves that went into the resonator, that rear resonator there. You see the H pipe right here in the middle. So straight back here. Just turned out absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to hear what it sounds like. Thought I'd show you guys real quick too, as I'm waiting for this to come down, what this looks like with the wheel spacers. We've got 10mm spacers in the front and 20 in the rear. Bringing those tires out gives it a little bit more of an aggressive stance. Get out of the way here so you can back up now. Alright, so we removed all 3 resonators and replaced that with a single H pipe. So let's see how it sounds starting up. I'm liking that pretty good, cruising along. It is definitely not too loud. I've got a mic in the trunk right now, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like from the outside a little bit maybe. But in the cabin, it's a nice mellow sound, not too loud to record video here. I'm really glad these guys suggested removing all 3 resonators instead of just the rear one. I think if we'd have done just the rear, it would have definitely been too quiet. more time now that it's warmed up, I'm going to give it a little bit of a rev. That was right at 4,000 RPMs, the second one. 3,000, 4, almost 4. I like it. Hey, what do you guys think about the way this turned out? You like the sound? What we did was replace all 3 resonators with a single H pipe and remove the bend. There's a sharp bend coming out of the rear resonator, so remove that, and they got a kind of an A shape heading towards the engine. And I really enjoyed the sound here. Let me know what you guys think of the sound, and also if you've done any upgrades to your BMW 550i exhaust. Let me know how that turned out. If you'd like to do the same thing to your BMW 550i, I had this done by a shop called A1 Muffler over in Clifton, Colorado. They did a great job. If you're out of state, you could probably have any local exhaust shop there where you're at do it for the similar price. $275 seemed like a pretty reasonable deal here, and definitely worth the investment.